Well, hello again, Northeast Ohio, and welcome into What's New for Thursday, December 9th. Thanks so much for spending time with us alongside Betsy Kling. I'm Jay Crawford. Betsy, a very good Thursday evening to you, and of course, to everyone watching at home as well.
Yeah, we have a lot to get to today.
Busy
Plenty
day.
happening. We've got, of course, Throwdown Thursday coming up.
You know, I won the leg lamp last time,
I know.
and it's still in the Weather Center.
I mean, it's there for the taking.
I guess I have to claim it.
Or not.
All right.
It's up to you completely.
All right, well, I'm going to win it again today, and then I'll put it on my desk.
Okay, well, let's get this show on the road, everybody. Lorain Schools has put an educator on paid administrative leave as they investigate allegations the woman forced a 9-year-old student to eat food that had been pulled out of the garbage can. Emma Henderson joins us live outside Palm Elementary. She spoke with the child's family attorney today. Emma?
That's right. Now, the attorney says that the family filed the lawsuit against both the district and the employee that they believe to be involved. They say their 9-year-old came home feeling sick and then told them what happened. Now, the lawsuit says that the girl didn't want to eat the waffles she had for lunch and threw them out. That's when the employee allegedly fished them out, sat down across from the girl in the lunchroom, and made her finish them. The family attorney believes this will impact the student far beyond just this one event.
Child no longer wants to go to school, no longer wants to eat in the cafeteria. You know, I'm not sure the child will ever see educators the same way that she had in the past.
Now, the district said that they can't comment beyond a statement that they gave us until that investigation is complete. Betsy?
All right, Emma, thank you so much for that information. Jay?
Well, Betsy, now on your feet at 5, Ohio health officials are calling the surge in COVID hospitalizations a serious situation that's putting a dangerous strain on the state's health systems. And today, Ohio's health director got much more specific while discussing just how much the risk of hospitalization and death goes up for those living in low vaccinated areas. This is fascinating.
It is. Our Manny Abraham joins us now with what the health experts are warning us.
Yeah, the message from health experts at this point is to be aware. They are seeing a continuous climb in hospitalizations, and the numbers worry health experts on what it means for our hospitals.
When our hospitals are stressed to this degree, it strains their resources to care for other patients needing regular or emergency care.
Ohio Health Director Bruce Vanderhoff says hospitalization rates are 35 to 40% higher in counties that fall below the state vaccination rate average, and death rates are up to 94% higher in those same counties. Doctors say getting vaccinated helps to prevent against hospitalizations and severe illness.
I'll look that person straight in the eye and tell them, imagine how you feel now. Imagine feeling 5 to 10 times worse. You did yourself justice by getting vaccinated.
Ohio's latest data shows that just under 54% of the state's population is now considered fully vaccinated.
Ohio's health director says the rising hospitalizations have forced hospitals to postpone surgeries and transport patients to a different facility. Last Friday, Cleveland Clinic, Metro Health, and university hospitals released a joint statement saying that they're all facing a significant increase in unvaccinated patients.
Manny, there are a lot of stats that I look at on a daily basis, but I think this is the one that has surprised me more than any I've seen in the last couple of weeks. Ohio, along with just 5 other states, are accounting for half of the nation's hospitalizations, just 6 states. Do we know why?
You know, they say several factors come into play, and one of those factors is those vaccinated rates that we're seeing here in the state of Ohio, but also the climate. So when the cold weather comes in, we are usually staying indoors a little more. So they are noticing that, you know, people are getting together with their families indoor, and they just want people to know to get tested before you make that decision to come with family this holiday season.
And we are kind of in that window post-Thanksgiving holiday when everybody got together. So we're in that window right now. You can only imagine what's going to happen once Christmas hits and then New Year's.
You know, oddly, last year we had the post-Thanksgiving spike, very similar
and
to
then
now.
it went down.
And I was stunned because I was looking at this today and I must have forgotten. Our peak last year was December 15th, and we went in rapid decline all through Christmas, all through January, all through February. Maybe it's because we were responsible the way we gathered for Christmas. I hope that's the case this year. I really do.
Well, now with the vaccinations in the mix, that should definitely help. Thank you so much, Manny.
Of course.
Well, today the FDA authorized the Pfizer booster for teens 16 and 17 years old. Teens, again, 16 and 17 only, can get the booster 6 months after getting their second doses. Pfizer said this week that a third dose would be more effective against the variant. The CDC will still need to sign off on boosters for that age group before the shots are officially available to them.
Betsy, a big change is coming to the sports world here in the state of Ohio. State lawmakers yesterday passed a bill that will now allow Ohioans to legally bet on sporting events. Now all it needs is the governor's signature, and that's expected soon. Here's how this will work. Casinos, stadiums, bars, and restaurants will need to apply for a license for sports betting. Consumers could possibly use apps on their phones as well. Some critics, though, say this new law is actually unconstitutional. Meanwhile, those in favor say the state stands to make a whole lot of money.
But only in those 4 brick and mortar casinos based on the 2009 amendment. To do it anywhere else would need an amendment to the Constitution.
Ohio stands to make a nice chunk of change from the sports betting bill.
Experts say Ohio will have a 10% tax on all sports betting revenue. And, of course, that's going to go a long way towards helping education and also veteran activities here in the state.
Yeah, the education side of it is what everybody always hangs their hat on, who's in favor of the lottery.
Sure.
That benefits this education. And now the casinos benefit the education. And now this is going to do that. Meanwhile, we're still paying crazy property taxes that are the bottom of the, it's the foundation of our education system.
Sure.
So I think there is going to need to be, as this year comes out, a complete accounting of all this money, how it's being used, and how it compares to what's going in from the taxpayers, the bottom feeders like us. What is going to go into those coffers?
Are you proposing lower property taxes?
I am absolutely. I am proposing changing the way our education system is funded.
Yeah. So let's break the paradigm, perhaps.
Yeah.
Let's look at what we've been doing, and now that you've got another huge additional revenue stream into the whole mix, maybe it does bear taking a closer look at how we tax and how we spend that money. I'm fascinated by this, Bets, as you probably know. I'm very curious to see what impact this will have societally.
Yeah.
Other states have had this for a while. Ohio, as of today, is one of just 19 states that do not allow legalized sports betting. So we have 31 other states that we can look at. I've reached out to an expert who has written a book on this very topic, and I'm going to be interviewing him in the next couple of days. And I want to see what he's learned about what's happened in these states societally, good and bad, since they've legalized sports betting. Because there is some bad that comes along with this, as you can imagine.
Of course there is. And I think the thing is, when the casinos were on the table for everybody, it was, well, we could go over here, and we could go over here, we'd take our money somewhere else and do the gambling there. Can you call like Vegas and put in a bet? I don't even know how this works.
No, not across state lines.
So
you have to be in that
stay
state.
in the state.
Yeah, and same with the apps. If you're not in that state, you can't use the apps to place bets in those states. All that is about to change for Ohioans.
More to come.
Easy to bet.
And still to come here on What's New, rapper Travis Scott sits down for his first interview since the tragedy at Astroworld claimed 10 lives. We'll hear what he is saying about it.
Plus, as our own Monica Robbins prepares for her second brain surgery, hear in her own words how she's coping with the situation.
And as far as getting out and about this evening, yes, we have a little update. Everybody was kind of giving me grief about the fall sports forecast now that fall sports were over. So we're going to do an evening out forecast till we figure out exactly where this is going to go. So if you're out this evening, maybe taking in some of the beautiful lights, temperatures are going to be in the 30s. We have cloudy skies. It's dry right now. Things are going to be changing big time. Peyton and I have the update on your forecast coming up next. Yep, sure do. Yep.
It is time for our daily pop break, so we're joined by entertainment reporter Kiara Cotton. Hi, Ki.
And we mentioned that Travis Scott is speaking out now for the first time since this Astroworld event.
That's right, guys. This story is so sad. 10 people have died and so many others were injured at Astroworld that took place in Houston last month. 30-year-old hip-hop artist Travis Scott sat down with media personality Charlamagne the God for his first interview since the Astroworld tragedy. The hour-long interview was posted to YouTube this morning and opens with Scott, who has denied legal liability for the accident, saying that he's been on an emotional roller coaster since the incident because of the connection he shares with his fans. Travis also explains in the video that he had no idea the extent of what happened until moments ahead of the press conference. Charlamagne and Travis discuss the situation at length and even bring up rage culture, which Travis explains as just letting go and having fun. At this time, more than 140 lawsuits have been filed since the Astroworld tragedy. And veteran actor Jennifer Aniston is getting candid about how social media and rumors have impacted her life. In a recent interview, the morning show star revealed that pregnancy rumors and speculation that she chose her career over having kids are things that she took personally. She told The Hollywood Reporter, "You have no clue what's going on with me personally, medically, why I can't, can I have kids? They don't know anything. And it was really hurtful and just nasty." And last but certainly not least, calling all Potterheads. Fans now have the first look at the 20th anniversary reunion special, Return to Hogwarts. Through in-depth interviews and cast conversations, the special invites fans back into the magic and adventures of the beloved franchise that first premiered back in 2001. Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, and Daniel Radcliffe were all smiles as they sat across from one another in Gryffindor Common Room. The Harry Potter 20th anniversary special, Return to Hogwarts, is set to premiere January 1st on HBO Max. And for our sports lovers out there, the Sports Illustrated has announced their Athletes of the Year, and the honors go to gymnast Suni Lee and swimmer Caleb Dressel. So congratulations to them. And we're also sending congratulations to Ohio native Simone Biles. The 24-year-old has been named Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year. Wow. Right. Well deserved, right?
Absolutely. In an Olympic year, you expect those awards to be dominated by Olympians, and certainly this year they are.
Yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Kiara.
Sure thing.
Well, we have team coverage for you on weather tonight.
Yes, our new meteorologist Peyton Domschke is here to join me with the latest on this forecast, and it's not terrible out there.
It's what I think folks might call bland for this time of the year.
That's it.
You know, maybe the occasional sprinkle, maybe the occasional flurry, but that's really what we're looking like here over just the next couple of hours. Beyond that sprinkle or flurry chance, we're really going to stay cloudy. That's going to dominate the even overnight hour too. Now, as we head into the day tomorrow, the bigger trend is going to be some mild air back into place here. Highs tomorrow are actually going to trend about 10 degrees above where we typically see them. We're usually in the low 40s. Tomorrow, we are going to make it into the mid 50s, and that's just the start of it all, Betsy. Things are going to warm up, but we also have the chance for some wet weather in the forecast as well.
Yeah, all eyes are really focused on Saturday as far as our forecast goes. There's a lot that we're going to pack in here in the next 72 hours. We are now in the 72-hour window of these major changes. Peyton mentioned the rain snow chance this evening. You see on the radar, there's a little wave moving through. Not really anything that's going to make a mess of anything, but just more notable than anything else. You know, the little drip on the windshield or whatnot. Meanwhile, out to the west, we are starting to see a lot of cloud cover surging south toward California, and then you see these clouds moving out toward Texas. This is the beginning of this storm system starting to wrap up. And as it wraps up, the storm track can usually be identified by warnings and advisories. What you see here in these pinks, that's a winter storm warning. That's where the winter, the cold side of this storm system is going to go. So if that's where the cold side is going, you can bet that the warm side is going to be running in parallel. And where the warm side is, you get the severe thunderstorm chance. So for Friday and Friday night, there is going to be, or there is expected to be, an outbreak of severe weather in the Tennessee Valley. And you can see Ohio is kind of on the edges of that. So a little rumbler in our forecast. Then by the time we get into Saturday, all of that starts to shift east. It starts to move away from its really good energy source. So not as much of a severe threat at this point, but we may still have some of those rumblers lingering into the early afternoon on Saturday. Here is the hour-by-hour forecast on this big picture. Watch how this thing just starts to rev up and come together as we head through tomorrow tomorrow afternoon. There's your winter side. Here's your storm side with the summer type severe thunderstorms. We'll have a frontal boundary that kind of moves north into the Great Lakes region by Friday evening. That may pop a few rain showers in here. So late Friday, the rain starts. Look at the thunderstorms starting to develop out here to the west, and they all start to move through here by late Friday night into early Saturday morning. So we're probably going to have overnight thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong. We're probably going to get some big wind gusts out of that. But the front isn't even through yet because the front itself is not going to come in until we get into the early afternoon. There it is on Saturday. When that front goes through, I bet you're going to know it because temperatures are going to be in the 60s ahead of it. They're going to be falling fast behind it, and the wind is going to be kicking up big time. Now, I know a lot of folks say, oh, we never get thunderstorms in December. Well, actually, yeah, we do. It's not terribly common. These are severe thunderstorm warnings issued by the National Weather Service office in Cleveland. How often they are issued, how many have been issued over the years, 86 to 21, and by month. And notice here, this is December. We've had 37 severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued in the month of December here for the National Weather Service office in Cleveland. So is it uncommon? Yes, but it's not unheard of. Here's your Union Home Mortgage forecast. 50s tomorrow. Again, that's late. 60s and falling. Heck of a day coming our way on Saturday. By Sunday, it's like nothing happened. Clearing skies, beautiful conditions stretching into the early part of next week with another warming trend getting back in our direction here, Jay. I
love those 60s. You got two. That looks great. I'll take the rain with it. Next on What's New, our own Monica Robbins, in her own words, as she prepares to undergo her second brain surgery. Her emotional thoughts are coming up next. Welcome back to What's New. As many of you know, our senior health correspondent Monica Robbins is taking some time off. This as she prepares for her second brain surgery to address a tumor located just behind her eye.
Yeah, we've been following her story for the last 2 years. And this time around, she's having a different procedure to remove a portion of the benign tumor that has grown into her eye socket. But before she stepped away, Monica shared with us a few thoughts on how she's prepared mentally for this next chapter.
There's a lesson here that you don't know what anybody's dealing with. And a lot of people, you know, they're like, you have such a great attitude and you're handling this so well. And what they forget is that I'm in a business where it's my job never to let you see me sweat. I always knew that they didn't get all of the tumors. They essentially left me with 4. So one was on my optic nerve, one is 3 millimeters from crushing my carotid artery, one's on the back of my left eye, and then this one in my eye socket. The problem was my symptoms came back. And I started feeling that eye bulge a little more, and everyone kept saying, but I can't tell, I can't see it. Well, I can feel it. And I kept telling them something's not right. And finally, I called my doctor's nurse. Do you think it's possible I had Graves all along, and you just happened to find a brain tumor too? And she said, you know what, let me run that by the doc. So that's when they ordered a CT scan. You know what, I'm so glad we did. So when I read the medical report, I knew exactly what I was dealing with, and it was a kick in the gut. So for a few days, I was under the assumption that I was gonna have to go through that whole craniotomy again, and they were gonna, you know, cut my head back open and go through the whole nonsense all over again. When I found out about this procedure and that this procedure was available to me, my entire outlook changed. But at the same time, I realized, you know, this surgery could go anywhere from 4 to 15 hours, and they really don't know what they're dealing with until they get in. So I have no idea what to expect when I wake up. I have no idea what I'm gonna look like when I wake up or when the swelling goes down. I'm anticipating I'm gonna wake up with an incision on my side because they're gonna need my rib to rebuild my face. What's that gonna be like? There's so many unknowns with this, and granted, yes, there were unknowns with the other one, but I seemed better prepared for the other one, and I felt like I had more time to study. This one was just sort of, deal with it. Yeah, life throws curveballs all the time. You need to pick up the ball and whip it back at life and say, no, you're not gonna stop me, I'm gonna keep doing this. While I can worry about what might happen or what I might look like, again, I have no control over that. That's out of my hands. What I have control over is how I'm going to handle myself when I look in the mirror and see what I'm dealing with. That's in my power. And I have every intention of getting mad and figuring it out. But when I wake up and it's time to get moving, that's on me.
What an attitude.
What
a rock star.
I'm going to be completely honest. I took my earpiece out and I couldn't watch.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd be a blithering idiot right now. So
I got to tell you though,
I apologize.
and we know this because we've had off-air conversations with her where she's really pouring it out. Her outlook, not that anybody's perfectly suited to face this, but it was funny. She had a line to me. She goes, on one hand, I'm really glad that I'm a medical correspondent and I know what I'm dealing with, but at the same time, I wish I wasn't a medical correspondent and didn't know exactly what I was dealing with. Information is power, she has it, and her approach to this is incredible.
She's amazing, and the whole key was her getting mad. Like, don't get Monica mad.
Yeah.
Ever.
Right?
Because if you want to motivate Monica, she's got to get mad about something. And she's really ticked at that tumor right now, as you can imagine. And that's what we needed. That's what we needed.
She did go into a different mode once she got angry. Because before, she's always impressed by how light she is when she's talking about it.
A little surreal, right? Yeah. Everything was kind of on the periphery, like, oh, it's just
like,
another
Monica,
story I'm reporting on.
Not another patient.
And then it settled in. And then, you know, there was this weird kind of tweener time when she was like, okay, I'm not mad yet. I'm starting to get mad. And then all of a sudden it's like,
she's
whoa,
ready.
Look out, tumor.
Yeah.
So we are we are very much all in on this, and a lot of us are wearing our bracelets. You got yours over there.
Right on my cup.
Monica Rocks, hashtag Monica Rocks. And
that's right.
We will have more ways on how you can encourage Monica and participate in all of this.
And by the way,
keep you updated on her progress.
The first time around, your encouragement, your little notes, your one-liners.
So huge.
She did not stop talking about how much that made a difference in her recovery.
I went to visit her, and she pulled the box of cards out, and she started, and she literally, everyone had been opened and read, and she said, oh, you got to see this one. Oh, no, this one was really good.
They make a difference.
It's huge.
Yeah. Okay, Monica, we're with you. Go get this thing. Coming up in the second half hour of What's New, today is National Christmas Card Day. Here's a question for you. Do you think Christmas cards are more or less popular this year than they've been in years past? We're going to answer that coming up.
And the Browns are experiencing COVID issues ahead of the Ravens game. Find out which Brown is joking about punting this Sunday.
Yeah, all I can say to that is I hope he doesn't have to punt.
Great.
I hope that's not the case. Then it's Throwdown Thursday. This week we're finding out how much Betsy and I know about the holidays and eating healthy. We go head to head when What's New comes right back.
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
We start now with three things you need to know here at 5:30. Lorain schools put an educator on paid administrative leave. This as they investigate allegations that she forced a 9-year-old student to eat food out of the trash. The family has filed a lawsuit against the district and the employee. The suit claims that the girl did not want to eat the waffles that she had for lunch, so she threw them out. That's when the employee allegedly fished them out of the trash, sat across from the girl, and made her finish them. The district has released a statement saying it is investigating the incident and will talk once their investigation is complete.
Today, the FDA authorized the Pfizer booster for teens 16 and 17 years old. Teens can get the booster 6 months after getting their second dose. Pfizer said this week that a third dose would be more effective against the variant, meaning the Omicron variant, and others possibly still to come. The CDC will still need to sign off on boosters for the age group before the shots are officially available to them.
And you may remember the story we told you yesterday, the disturbing story about Goodwills across the area having threats against them. Well, now Canton police say they have arrested a man who they say is responsible for these threats. Giovanni Stanley is charged with making terrorist threats and inducing panic, which are both felonies. According to Goodwill, Stanley worked at its store on Atlantic Boulevard in Canton. Stores outside of Stark County reopened today. Goodwill says all of its stores, except the one that Stanley worked at, will reopen tomorrow. And with that, we welcome you back to What's New on this Thursday evening. I'm excited. You had your going out forecast for later tonight. I'm really excited tonight. I'm going over to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse to see comedian Sebastian Maniscalco. He is hilarious. If you've ever seen him or you've seen his bits, I'm really looking forward to it. A lot of folks are going tonight. I'm surprised how many people have said, yeah, I'm going too.
Yeah, there are people that are out and about. Matt Wintz is actually not one of them. I do want to clarify, we've had a couple emails and I just answered one too from Betty. Matt Wintz is still with us.
Yes, yeah.
We have a lot of vacations in the month of December and a whole lot that's been going on. And so we've been filling in for each other. Matt has actually done 7 days in a row of the morning show. So this morning he was on the morning show.
So he's in another universe.
We're trying to get him back to the 5 o'clock. We're trying to get schedules worked out.
Yeah.
And Peyton is joining us to fill out our team. We had an opening. She's here. So now we have a full
You're at
team
full strength
ready to go.
again.
Thank goodness. Now we just get through the holidays and we'll be back to normal.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
All right, we start at 5:30 with our top talker. And today it's about Christmas cards. Not sure if you're aware or not, but today is actually National Christmas Card Day. I didn't even know that was a thing. Cards are having a moment, too, and you can thank millennials for that. According to the Greeting Card Association, 1.6 billion holiday cards are purchased every year. This year, though, sales are up 14%. How about that compared to just 2019? According to the Washington Post, millennials now think that because their parents used to send them, that they're cool again. And like most things in their lives, millennials want the cards to be meaningful and authentic. So instead of just selecting a generic image, they are picking more personal and artisan cards for the close people in their lives. And I'm a big fan of the annual, here's a bunch of pictures of our family and here's what we're up to. And my wife does a tremendous job of organizing it and getting them printed and sending them out. And so I thought earlier today, I go, you know, it would be cool. I can show mine and Betsy can show hers. So our executive producer here at 5, Allison, went over to Betsy's desk and she said, hey, Bets, do you do a Christmas card every year? Do you send out a Christmas card? And you said?
I don't have time.
I know.
I legit don't have time. It hasn't even come into my head. Like,
it does
at this
take time.
point, I'm like,
it's an effort.
She asked me, and I'm like, geez, yeah, that is this time of the year, isn't it? I had no concept. I think that's why God invented social media.
Well, because you send them out daily.
There you go. Here's a picture of my kids. Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.
All right, I'll make an offer to you.
Here we go.
Okay, I'll make an offer to you. Next year, if you would like, only if you would like, you can send me a handful of pictures of the kids and the family and everything, pre-selected that you would like representing your family on your Christmas card, and you can send them to me.
Okay.
And I offer to you that I will put together a card, get them all printed up, and hand them to you, so you can then send them out to all your family and friends and loved ones.
Will you pay for the postage?
I will do that. Yes, for you, I will do that. Now, here's the problem.
Now, this is a deal I can't pass up.
But here's the only thing: like putting them in the envelopes and putting the addresses, that can be time-consuming too.
Is.
Yeah, we finally decided to put all the addresses into a spreadsheet in the computer.
You're fancy.
And we just print them out every year and make the changes during the year as we get them. But it's an effort. It really is. But I'm glad to see that the younger kids are now into it too.
I don't even know where my address book is. Like, I don't even know where I would send these fabulous cards. So I've got a whole year to get this put together. Wow.
All right. Well, I will help you if you want. If you don't, I won't. I don't judge.
Okay.
I don't judge. I promise.
He's paying for postage. Nailed it. All right, looking to up your wrapping game this holiday season, well, Del Monte is releasing a limited-time fruit-scented wrapping paper.
What?
Yep. You can get banana and pineapple and the Pink Glow pineapple scented paper. The scents are 3 of Del Monte's most popular products. The wrapping paper also comes with colorful graphics inspired by each fruit's look. And you can't just buy the paper, you have to email your shipping information to the email on the screen. It's a first come, first served basis. Winners will be shipped 1 of each roll, and it starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. So it's kind of a, you know, bonanza. Get quick, get on their list. You're one of the first ones, you get it.
It's an email grab for them. They want as many email addresses
That's
as they
it.
get.
This is a fantastic marketing ploy.
Would you wrap your presents in that, though?
It's one of those things like you get a present and you're like, what's this? Like, what did you get me? Why does it smell like fruit?
Yeah.
If you really want to go, you know, all out, especially for kids, scratch and sniff stickers.
Oh,
do you
those
remember
are huge.
those?
Absolutely. I used to love those.
Scratch and sniff was where it was
Cherry.
at. The
Remember
kids
Cherry?
come home from school with like little stickers on their folders. Look, mommy, smell this.
Yeah,
and
those were,
you know, it's like all scratched
So they still
off.
do them then?
They still do them. They're not, in my opinion, they're not nearly as awesome as they used to be.
Yeah.
They smell
Now, this
a little
isn't
fake.
scratch and sniff paper.
No,
this paper
it's
just
scented.
has that scent to it.
It's like scented toilet paper. That should be outlawed.
I've never seen that.
It should be outlawed.
Yeah. Well,
It's not fresh in your bathroom. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is not a good thing. Not a good thing. All right. Next on What's New, our producers are like, where is she going with this? Are you Team Real Tree or Team Fake Tree? That debate has been up on our 3 News What's New Facebook page, and we're going to share the results with you next.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see where people come down on that. Plus, holiday eating can be very unhealthy. So with that in mind, we're going to all get a little bit smarter ahead of that binge period. We're going to talk about how to fix that. It's the subject of our Throwdown Thursday, and that is coming up. And Peyton is here to tell us how the forecast is looking. Hi, Peyton.
I'll tell you, it's not scented, but we do have the chance of rain within the next 48 hours. We'll talk about that in depth, but first, here's a live look of downtown at the moment. We've got a few sprinkles and flurries, but once again, rain is back. We'll chat about that and a little bit more in just a few. Yes, I do.
I said to him, because remember, I apologize. Okay, here it is, today's entry of our beautiful lights. We do this every day. Display comes from John Pitts in Jefferson.
Wow.
He's got a beautiful display. You know, not overdone, Bets.
Yeah, well
Very
done.
classy. I love the big ribbon there in front.
Yeah.
It's a nice look. It's draped across the front porch there. And Santa, do you see him
Up on
making
the
his way down the
chimney,
chimney?
yeah.
There's even a snowman standing guard by the front
Like you have your X-ray goggles on there to see Santa in the chimney.
Yeah.
Keep these light display pictures coming, please. You can send them to us on our WKYC app. Just click on the Near Me feature and upload your pictures or video there. Certainly pretty nice. You know, I can't help but think of the bike analogy, right? So you have the kid, you get the bike, got the training wheels on.
Yeah.
And then you ride around, fine, that's good. Now you take one training wheel off.
Sure.
So then they're kind of leaning.
Then they get the left side all
We
bruised
took
up.
one training wheel off. So Peyton, now you're gonna, you know, on one training wheel, I'm over here if you need me, but I think you got this, girlfriend.
Oh, I got it. And I'm going to tell you, there's a big change coming over the next couple of days, and I'm really showing you this as a precursor here. We've got a high wind watch that doesn't go into effect tonight and doesn't go into effect tomorrow. It goes into effect come Saturday. This is going to be up Saturday morning all the way through Saturday evening because we're going to have a pretty powerful cold front swing on through. So it's in effect for all of our lakeshore counties from Erie all the way up through Lake and even some of those other zones that are a little bit farther north. So not everyone going to be impacted, but it will be a breezy day overall come Saturday. So my predictions for today and the days to come, that warming trend today was pretty seasonable. It's just really getting started here. We're in for a wet and windy Saturday though, as I already kind of highlighted. That winter feel really starts to return into the place on Sunday. So once again, over the course of this evening, we're not worried about high winds here. It might be a little breezy from time to time. A few sprinkles, maybe a flurry or two. Those temperatures are going to hover in the upper 30s, low 40s for us. The cloud cover also going to stay consistent here. And once again, just reiterating the point that not everyone is seeing some of that mixing action here when it comes to just seeing some sprinkles as well as flurries. This is all associated with a weak system that's passing through. So this is not the bulk of that system that I'm talking about for the weekend. You're going to see that just out to the west. You can already see that painted picture here, that shade of pink, that winter storm warning. That's where the cooler air is going to stay. For us though, we're actually going to be on the warm side. So we're expecting some heavy rainfall come Saturday. So we're going to start to time this out hour by hour as we just head simply through the overnight tonight and then into the weekend, kind of give you some perspective here. We will see once again that spotty shower as we head through the rest of the overnight. As you step out tomorrow morning, no real issues with that Friday morning commute here. That's what you want to hear. Potentially maybe a windshield wipe from time to time. But here's the thing. We see an increase in just that coverage when it comes to rainfall already by tomorrow late. This is past that evening commute time frame home. So we're not really worried about tomorrow when it comes to just that dinner time slot. It's really going to fire on up as we head through the day on Saturday and potentially a few rumbles of thunder because you're seeing temperatures here already bumping into the 60s. So in your Union home mortgage forecast, we will see temperatures falling from the 60s back into the 40s when it comes time for Sunday to roll around. And then we warm it up as we head through the rest of the work week here too. I know that's what I want to hear this time of the year is potentially that little picture perfect taste before Christmas time rolls around. That's my little gift to you, Jay.
I'll take it.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Wrapped in scented paper.
How are my
I
training
hope.
wheels? Are they still on?
Well, one is. We'll take
okay.
it off.
Okay.
You can do the 7 tonight. How about that?
Sounds good.
I love this. It's great. I think I can pull the curtain back and see how we train our.
It's great. Here, do my job for me. Thanks.
All right now it's time to see what's clicking in Cleveland. We are very glad to have our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney, back. Stephanie, good to see you in person.
Good to see you too, Jay. It's great to be back after a nice little vacation. Now, not so great the starting news, though, because we did learn that 2 more starters for the Browns are on the COVID list. They are punter Jamie Gillen and linebacker Anthony Walker Jr., meaning both could be out Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens. Now, to step in for the Scottish Hammer, some are suggesting linebacker Mac Wilson, and Mac is one of those people. He tweeted a screenshot of a Bleacher Report article about being Alabama's backup punter in college, and then fans got in on it too, posting clips of him punting. Despite what the internet wants, though, the Browns are expected to sign a new punter before game time, so we likely will not see Mac stepping in there. Okay, our 3 News viewers have been getting lit with their holiday displays. Let's take a look at some that you have all shared with us. Doug Harold's display from Weatherstone Drive in Berea is absolutely beautiful. Look at all of those lights. And these are so nice we had to show you twice. That's John Pitts again in Jefferson. You can see this next beautiful display by Sharon Mulak on Clifton Boulevard in Lakewood. She's got some beautiful decor there. And Ruth Fisher tells us her husband loves decorating. And we can tell because he's got them all out there. You can send your photos to us through the WKYC app. Now, in 2018, Christmas trees were up in more than 95 million homes. That's according to the Christmas Tree Association. So we've got our viewers debating which is best and showing theirs off. This is in our 3 What's New Facebook group. So first, the real ones from Kim Schmidt. Here's one from her. Absolutely beautiful. And also, Monique, our producer, she says she loves pink and her sweet pup, Mia. I think the real trees are attracting the puppies because Winston likes that spot, too. Now for some fake ones. Barbara Carson says this is the best artificial tree she's ever had. She got it at Petiti Garden Center. Here's another fake one from Lisa Sutter Van Vlera. And our Matt Wins chimed in too with this lovely tree. He says, a fake all the way, room for presents. And I'm thinking, probably extra money for presents too.
Oh my word.
That's not Matt's
That is
tree.
such a Matt Wins comment right there.
Okay, so on our What's New Facebook page, most people are saying they go with the artificial. Do you think that fits with the nation or do you think that's an outlier?
I think we're an outlier. I'm team real, and I know you're team fake.
Team fake, firefighters kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm team real too, but across the country, most people are team fake. 82%, according to the Christmas Tree Association, in 2018 had fake trees. Of those 95 million.
That's I would never have guessed that it was that one-sided. Okay, well, you do you. I'm gonna do real. I'm not gonna let that.
Enjoy the needles between your toes.
I like that. I like the smell, really.
Me too.
Pine all through the house.
That's the way they make potpourri. All right, most of us tend to eat whatever we want over the holidays, like we have some sort of free pass, Jay. We'll focus on healthy holiday eating in our next Throwdown Thursday.
I wrote that, by the way. And you read it.
Thank you.
Plus, one of our What's New viewers saw our story earlier, I guess it was last week, about adopting a pet for the holidays, and they took action.
Aww.
That is our Show Us Something Good. It's really cool, and I hope it encourages more folks to go adopt a pet for the holidays.
Yay.
So I'm going to do this like
All right, it is Throwdown Thursday, and today we're talking about the holidays and our health. From calories to stress, this joyful time of the year can get the best of us. So today we're all going to get a little bit smarter about what we're eating and how we can manage the chaos.
Yeah, I think this is a viewer service. It really is, because most of us just eat and we don't even think about it. Our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney, is back to be our MC today. Here's the rules. There's 5 questions. You get 1 point for question 1, 2 for question 2, and so on.
And you keep score, right?
I'm the defending champ because I keep score. No, I have to hide my buzzer thumb because last time we did this, Betsy was just looking at my thumb, and apparently I have some sort of twitch, and she was just buzzing to beat me.
I didn't know the answers.
Even though she didn't know the answer. So I'm going to hide my thumb today.
Okay.
All you.
All right. First question. How many calories in a serving of eggnog? It is a half cup. That's the serving size.
Half cup.
A, 67, B, 112, or C, 143.
A half cup is a serving?
I'm going to go 143, C.
Oh, that is incorrect.
No, really?
Yes. The answer, Jay, do you guess? Or do
I'm going to go 112.
That is correct. And we were not talking about whether you should drink eggnog because it's disgusting, and we'll move on to question
Oh, no,
number 2.
I love eggnog.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I drink more than a half a cup at a time. Half
112
a cup.
per half a cup. All right.
little
According to
something in
the
it.
like a
American
shot.
Psychological Association, what % of people say stress levels go up during the holidays? A, 38, B, 56, or C, 82?
I'm going with the high number, 82.
That is incorrect. Betsy, would you like to take a guess?
Ooh, I'm going to go with B.
That is also incorrect.
All
but I
right.
think you get
You're
the
in a
point
big hole.
anyway. I don't know how this works.
-3, -1.
38%.
Oh, we do negative points too. Okay,
Yeah.
this one's true or false. This one's tricky, guys.
Okay.
Question number 3. Nestle's sugar cookies have more sugar in them than Nestle's chocolate chip cookies. True or false?
Well, you said it was tricky, so obviously you would think true because it's a sugar cookie, so
There
I'm
he
going to go
goes.
with false.
Oh, shoot. I'm very sorry. You are right. The answer is false, and I gave it away.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Sorry about that. 7 grams in the chocolate chip cookies, 6 in the sugar. It's got to be all that chocolate in it.
Okay. Very
Okay.
good.
Good thing you both heard me, so it's fair. Question number 4. Household accidents go up over the holidays. How many of those accidents send people to the emergency room?
Oh, wow.
I'll just go with the big number, 15,000.
15,000. And I didn't even read the response, so I'm glad you see them on the screen. The answer is not that. Jay, is it A, 7,000 or B, 12,000?
I'm going to go 12,000.
That is correct. It is 12,000. Now, there are 15,000 total, 12,000 sending people to the ER. That's according to the Consumer
Yeah, that's what I
Product
thought.
Safety Commission.
That's what I thought.
And question number 5. Over the Christmas and over the holidays, ham is very popular. According to the Honey Baked Ham website, how much sodium is in 3 ounces of boneless ham? We're talking a deck of cards of ham. A, 289 milligrams, B, 767, or C, 1,180.
I'm going to go with B, 767.
That is incorrect.
Dang, gummit.
Then I know it's got to be C because we're asking that for a reason.
That is true.
1,100. Oh my.
Yes, and don't ask me
love
how to
that,
visualize
too.
that because I tried and I couldn't come up with an answer. But I know that's a deck of cards of ham for 1,180 milligrams.
See, it's not
of sodium.
worth it. It's just not worth it.
a lot.
That's enough sodium for a week.
I'll still eat it, and I'll just pass on it. I'll eat lettuce the rest of the week.
I don't want to know how much sodium is in tofurkey. I'm sure it's a lot.
Right?
Yes,
It's all the
it is.
preservatives.
You're right.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you,
Congratulations.
Stephanie.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Well done.
Yes.
And thank you for giving me a little hint on that, subtle hint.
Both of you a hint.
Coming up next on What's New, we asked our viewers and you responded. It's a really cool story. It's our Show Us Something Good next.
Testing 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 5. Hello, hello, hello. Testing 1 2.
Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And I have to get gas. Oh, hold on one second.
Oh, they asking for a Mickey check?
Mic check 1, 2, 3. Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Hello, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm Annie Abraham here. Yeah, they checked in.
You can have on during your package.
I love this story. We want to give a shout out to one of our viewers. We love our viewers. Last week, we aired a story about the Humane Society of Summit County searching for families who would temporarily house sheltered cats and dogs. It's a holiday program. Well, yesterday, Carla posted on the 3 What's New Facebook page that after seeing our story, she went to the shelter.
Look at that.
And she fell in love. She didn't foster this adorable cat. She adopted this cat. Carla gave Lincoln a forever home. He's about 2 years old, came from a hoarding situation. He's slowly warming up to his other cat siblings, but loves people. If anyone else is interested in fostering or adopting forever a cat or dog this holiday season, we have all the information up on our website, WKYC.com. That's pretty cool.
It is, and if you do it, please post it on our 3 What's New Facebook group. And if you're not a member of the group, ask to join. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, we let everybody in.
Yeah.
We're not very discriminating.
It's not private or secret.
We're out of time. Back tomorrow at 5, and we hope to see you then.
What matters most with Russ starts right now.
Now at 6, a staff member at a local school accused of forcing a 9-year-old student to eat food from a trash can. We're live in Lorain with the latest and what the family's attorney is saying. Also, severely strained.
We are, yet again, in a serious situation.
The Ohio Department of Health is sounding the alarm on COVID and